All right, well, thank you for coming this evening virtually. I'm Amanda. I'm a library assistant at Middleton Public Library. And tonight we are talking about A to Z databases. So this is a database that you have with the use of your library card, and you can access this from home. So this database contains millions of records for domestic companies. They also have company profiles, executive names, annual sales estimates, revenue data, corporate family trees, industry classification codes, and job postings, and also things to find people's address and phone numbers, whether it's businesses or just residential information like you would find in the white pages. So it is a database that is constantly being updated. And you have access to this. So this is through our database page. And I will show this live after I kind of go through the presentation quickly here, just kind of as an overview. And then you'll see exactly how to get to it. And then we'll also do some searches for you. So this is an example of what that main page looks like when it opens up. And you have, let's see. It has businesses, finding jobs, finding a person, and then it has some extra stuff, extra tools that we'll take a look at as well. So you do start on our webpage, like I said, so that's midlibrary.org. And then on our database page is where you get to that main A to Z homepage. If you would, I go back a second. Any of these search parameters, there is, like in this find a job section, there is advanced search. So when you are in advanced search, you have limiters that will pop up. Also, you can select everything by, the city, or if you're looking for a business, then it'd be business name. But a lot of those extra items are going to be in the advanced search. You can do keyword searches. That is also included in the limiters. So you can say that you're going to look for something specific. Here in this example, they said they're looking for pet businesses. So they said keyword, and then in the keyword search box, they search pet. And then it did bring up here a bunch of keywords that had pet in it. Sometimes when people are searching for things for their job and doing work with A to Z database, they might be looking for industry codes. So that is something that you do have to, in the limiters, check the different codes that you're looking for. Obviously, this isn't going to apply to everyone. Everyone uses this database differently, but if you are going to be using this in a business sense, those are in your limiters under the keywords. So here's an example they showed. If you're looking for your certain industry codes, you're going to enter some codes in the boxes below to find the accurate thing you're looking for. There is other types of limiters. So like I said, if you're just looking for lists of businesses, so sometimes people are using A to Z database to just get a list for mailing information out. So if you want to look by employee size, and that is, so let's see, keywords up at the top here, business name, and then the business size is the next one. So you can check that box and then choose what business size that you're looking for before you hit search. And there also was a phone number underneath there and ownership too. So once you set those limiters, then you would hit your search button. That's usually around on the right side. And they use blue and red mainly. I think that one, it highlighted it. Looks like green, but I'm not sure if that's the correct color. It might have just been what it took a screenshot of. And once you get your results, you also do have search filters where you can narrow it even more. Here's an example of some results. It looks like they were looking for, again, businesses with the word pet in it. So the first section here has the business name. You can click on the name to view the company details. They do start to give you kind of a snapshot of some of those details. So here they have like the name of the person who owns the business, the address, city, state, phone, revenue, all that extra information you would need to click in to see that business profile. And then if you do notice up at the top, there are some, you can revise your search. There's also some sorting, graphing, data fix, and downloading the information. So a huge part of this is getting the information and then downloading it. So there is always, if you just want a download of this entire list it gives you, then there is this download button, there is a print button, and there is an email button as well. When you do download, it says you can save up to 1,000 search results at a time. So, you know, you can check the box next to the name of each business. So if you do it up at the top, it's going to do every single one. But obviously, like I said, it's only going to do 1,000 at a time. And then if you click download, then you're going to kind of give it the parameters you want. So you can have a file name for this. If you want this to be an Excel format, you would click that as well. And if you wanted the results view or the details view, and then hit continue for that. Now, if you're going to be using this in a less formal way and more just looking for individuals, for different residents, maybe somebody that you've lost touch with and you are having a hard time finding them just kind of in a phone book in general, this is a place that you could try looking. So you do have the find a person section here, but also if you scroll down, there's going to be the new lists that are added. So oftentimes lists of residents and people who own new homes, that those are different lists that get updated all the time. So those are usually down towards the bottom. And when you're doing this, obviously you need to select a geography area. So you could do city, state, and type in those. You can also select an age range if the person you're looking for, you want to go in their certain age range, and then you would hit your search button there. Again, same kind of concept when you want to save your results. If you want every single person, you would click the top box. You can hit download and then you can save that, or you can select specific ones to download as well. And again, I'm going to go through this live for you so you can see some searches done both with businesses and with people that you just might be looking for. If you're looking for a specific business, this is where the first box where it says find a business, you would be typing in. And here the example is Target. And obviously there is only one Target corporation. So that popped up and is the only result that showed, and shows that it's headquartered in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So you could select that and download all of the detailed information for that business. You don't have to download it all the time too. You can just view it and print from there, or just view it and not save anything. But that is why you have the option to click in on top of that text to just go into it instead of having to save it. There is a job search section, like I said, of A to Z databases. So you can do a keyword or business name and city, state, and then whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or internship. And again, same kind of thing. You can email this whole list, make a file name and save it. A lot of this is just going to be job postings that are elsewhere on the internet as well. I'm going to stop share for a second and reshare, just so we make sure we're following with this. Okay, so again, you want to start with our website here, so midlibrary.org. And also, before I go on, for those that did join after I put in the handout, I have a handout that you can refer back to later after the class, which is just everything we've kind of been looking at. So I'm going to put that in the chat again, because I know sometimes when people join the class, they don't see what was in the chat before they came. So I'm just going to set that in there. You can save that to your devices. So we do start at the library website, and then underneath the resources tab, you would want to go to online databases. And it's in alphabetical order, which makes it really easy. So we just go to A to Z at the top. And when you're in here at the library, it is just going to open up to the page. Let's see what's going on. Something is amiss. Let's try that again. I was just logged in before class, so there we go. So when you're here at the library, it should just log in to this open page. When you do this from home, there is going to be an in-between holding page that is going to ask for your library card number. So that would just be the full barcode that is, or number under that's with the barcode, and you don't need to include spaces, and just all one big number. And then it should continue to this page after. So you should see our Middleton, this is our old logo, but I think that's the only one that A to Z has right now. But they will insert our logo there, so you know that you're signed in. As well as up in the corner, it should just say log off, not log in. It's kind of what clued me in the previous page. It looked weird. That must have been a hiccup in the Wi-Fi for a second. So if we did a business name, so I'll see if I can find, only because I love it so much, Hubbard Avenue Diner. I could say Middleton. Hit my search. Says no records found. That's silly. Maybe it's just because it's a restaurant. So maybe we'll try. I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna put in this. Well, I could put in Madison. Okay, so this gave me an option. So Zendesk, this is a company that is downtown. They are a software help desk company. So that's where I grabbed that from. So it does show who is, the current owner, where their office is in Madison, phone number, what their revenue is. If I click on their name, this is where I get their company profile. So I can get a link to their website. Their main line of business is shown. Whether it's public or private. Although I think that might be changing for Zendesk. If there's anything posted for jobs in these business profiles, they do have a job posting section. And it does use Indeed, so it would have to be posted there. Most things I think are kind of across the board posted on Indeed and other places, but that is where they pull their information from here. They have things like QR codes to add this to your contacts. They have competitors listed. Sometimes that's helpful in when you're trying to look for businesses for job purposes, or in your business, you need to mail stuff out and you want to contact competitors as well. So they do give you a lot of information here. There is, again, this download button up at the top, or print. So if I would hit download, I could, name it. Could say I wanted Excel. And I wanted the information that's from the details page. Continue. And then this is just where your computer takes on, and it goes to your downloads. So now I should have, a nice big Excel thing for Zendesk. So it's pretty easy to download the information from A to Z databases. I've never really had an issue. The only issue would be, I guess, connectivity. If for some reason there's an issue in the database working, and that can happen sometimes. If you do have issues getting on, you can always contact us and just double check to see if we know there's a reported thing that where we're not connected. That is always something that you can do. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go home. Up here at the top, I just want to brief over, since we did go through one search there. So there are a lot of helpful stuff that they have up at the top here. So they do talk about their data quality. So if you're interested in where they're getting their information, that is there. They also have some really great introduction videos. So if this is, something that you want to start using more on the regular, especially for a business aspect in your daily job, there are some great tutorial videos here on how to do certain kind of searches. So if you are, like a real estate agent, and looking for information that way, or a salesperson and trying to get sales leads, they do have a lot of great videos here. They're really short, but they are really helpful. There is a nice FAQ. So again, you can find out more information on how they get their data, and who's using it, what are the features, things like that. And there is this reference desk area. So there's a training center, and there are classes that you can take if you want to have something that has a person who is a dedicated trainer from A to Z. I believe they are free. Obviously, you're getting the subscription through the library, so I don't think that these cost anything, and looks like they do have them weekly for a little bit for both first session and second sessions of those classes. So take a look at that if that's something that you're interested in. If you do use information from A to Z, they also have underneath the reference desk section a cite helper. So if you need to cite your information in a paper or an article or some kind, they do have a general APA and MLA style guide for how to cite their information. Obviously, if you need something else other than that, like Chicago style or other more lesser used ones, that would be, you'd have to refer to your books on that one or some other websites for citing, but they just kind of give you some general ones. Let's do the job one. So let's see. I just write like sales. Search. It does, depending on how much data it's going through, it could take a little longer. That wasn't too bad. So here for the Madison area, it's giving me 1,056 results. So I could just kind of save that and email it to myself and then continue to look through in case I don't go through all of it. But let's see here. Here's the Bruce Company here in Middleton. So it does have a button that takes you to where you need to go for applying. So it's not going to be directly in A to Z. It's usually going to be opening up something in another window. It looks like here. Yeah, it has all the information that you might need. Let's see, and you can also, there should be, where did I see? You can revise your search if you wanted to change the area or the title. There also is this career resources section that is, how to prepare for skills assessments, how to apply to jobs if you're having a hard time figuring out how to do resumes and cover letters. They do have a lot of information there. And also, if you have need some practice on interviewing, they have some stuff there. For cover letters and resumes, they have some examples. There are Word templates or Google Doc examples that you can download to look at and try to craft yours like those. That's really helpful. Just a nice free resource. Sometimes stuff out there for trying to do resumes and cover letters, they can ask you for money to get certain examples or extra help with that. So that is nice to have something there. We also have lots of that here in the library. I do order for that myself. So that is something that we try to keep up to date. There's been more stuff coming out lately. It is something that isn't always updated with books as quickly as stuff online. So that is a hard one. The next one is, let's see, the finding a person. So I could put in, see what comes up with this person.
Sausage, egg, cheese. Everly, bagel minis, iced coffee. All year round. You guys.
Time for a Dunkin' Run. Great deals on food for 1, 2.
Sorry about that. Don't know what that was. So let's see. I put the state in the line. Let's fix that. So let's do. And again, if you guys have questions or certain things that you were looking to get help on, you can always ask if it has to do with what we're doing in the moment, or at the end, we'll also have a time to do questions, and you can also put them in the chat. So here is a residential record. This person is in Minnesota and it gives me a phone number. So if I click into the residential record, it really depends on the person. Sometimes A to Z databases has collected information through lots of different ways. Most of the time it isn't going to be malicious ways. There could be times where that information kind of seeps its way in, but it's not A to Z that is doing that. You know, they're just giving you what they know. And it also depends on if people are putting their phone numbers publicly out there or not. It does give you address, phone number, gender, possible age or a specific age. And it also could give you some neighbors in the area and then some neighborhood information. I've used this a lot in my own job here at the library when people do ask for help in looking for people trying to find their address or phone number. This is the first place that we go to, just because it sometimes can just have a bit more than phone books in general. Not all the time, but sometimes. So, you know, this is a way that we just type in a person's name, the general geographic area they're in, and then we are able to access that information. Not everybody's in here, especially if they unlist themselves from phone books and don't give out, you know, their phone numbers or email addresses or things like that. In general, then it might be harder to find people this way too. So it's not always going to get you where you want to go, but it is an option out there. So let's see, I just want a quick look at the different mailing lists at the bottom for you. So like I said, there are some specialized ones. So there is one for new movers or homeowners that is updated weekly. So if you click on one of these buttons, this is where you have a lot of your limiters. So you could look by city and state. We could look here at Middleton. And then search. Oh, okay. So here is, oh, let's go back. So let's do city, like I said. Middleton. I want anyone with the name John. That is a new resident. No criteria. So you can go back and forth in all of this. You know, you could go area code, I could say 608. Let's see. Doing something wrong with this and I can't. Remember what. State. Housing type, we can do a single family home. Okay, so here it's telling me that I have over 100,000 hits for new homeowners in Wisconsin, current this week. So if you are a business that is doing stuff that has to do with home renovations, and you're looking for new homeowners, this is a way that you could use this list. Sorry, it took me a second there. I had to figure out exactly how to play with the search. So like you can see, it is a lot of playing around with the search tool to get the results that you're looking for. it isn't quite like if you're, just using Google, it's popping up anything and everything that hits that keyword. It's searching specific database lists, so it can be really helpful. So I don't know if anyone had any thing that they specifically were thinking of using A to Z databases for, but this could be a time to ask a question. You can unmute yourself or put something in the chat if you didn't want to speak. We could try to do a search together if that's something that you were looking for. Otherwise, A to Z databases is really simple in terms of what it's doing for you. It's the time it takes to do the searches and get the information you want. But again, there's the handout in the chat for kind of helping you remember, and then also those intro videos that they do have up in the top here. Don't see any questions. Honestly, it's really straightforward. I don't know that I would have all that many questions myself, but oh, there also is down here. I forgot to mention this one is the healthcare professionals. So they have this, you can search by specialty, state of license, or just your geographic area. That can be kind of interesting if you're looking for a certain healthcare professional. Here's an example of when you do a report, you get the professional's name, their specialty, their office information, and then you also do get addresses and phone numbers for their offices. So that can be really helpful if you're looking for someone specific that maybe that specialty isn't really well populated here in the Madison area. The other one I wanted to show you. All right. Well, thank you for coming. I know this is a shorter class than what we normally do, just because there's only so many things you can do in A to Z. But thank you so much for coming, and I hope that this helps broaden what you know of what the library has to offer, and take the time when you're in that database page on our website to peruse. We have so many free things for you. And again, things like job hunting, you can also find more information at the library here as well. All right, well, I am going to end the class, I think, here, because I don't see any questions coming in. But I hope you have a great evening. And in 2 weeks, we do have another class. That one is going to be in person here at the library. And that one, I believe, is our, let me go back to it. I'm blanking on the title. Oh, the Digital Public Library of America tour. So this is an online digital library that we're going to be looking at. All right. Thank you so much. Hope to see you at a future class, maybe in person. Bye.